Now we can get to animating this character. So we're gonna do a walking cycle. A normal human speed walking is about 24 frames for 2 steps. And this is what we're gonna do. So let's set the time period to 24 frames. And the way the animation is usually done when you're doing a walk cycle, there are 2 ways. We're gonna do the contact approach, which is basically first you set up the pose for where the right foot is in front and right foot is in front, left foot is behind. You copy that to the final frame, and then you add in the middle the opposite position. Then you start adding in betweens, and that's how we get the walking cycle. So let's move this foot forward. First, let's lower the pelvis a little bit because you have to go a little bit lower for your feet to be able to stretch like that. Maybe would have to go even lower. I don't know. Let's see. So this is one of the so-called contact poses. Let's go lower so he's standing. Yeah, like that. Now we want to do the same for the arms. When a foot goes back, the corresponding arm goes forward. This is a rule of thumb for these. And the spine needs to rotate a little bit in the direction of the arm. And the way we do it, we select all the spine bones or just 2 of them and rotate them together. As to the head, when we're doing just walking cycle, it tries to constantly look forward. Of course, if you want to do a walk when it's looking at something, then you will add that. But for now, we're just doing a walk. So now that we have this pose, let's make sure we have a key on frame 0. Select all and press I. And we want that key on the last frame as well. So let's move to frame 24, press I again. And what we want on frame 12, which is right in the middle of that time frame, we want the reverse version of the mirrored version of that pose. So we press copy pose, and then paste X flipped, which is going to paste the pose but reverse it, mirror it, and that works thanks to the naming conventions. But unfortunately, for some reason, it didn't work for the arms. In that case, I'm not sure why. But okay, let's just redo that for this. Let's create the reverse position. It's not a lot, we just need to move that arm backwards and this one forward. Like that. And the head is looking forward here. Good. So now we have this motion. So we'll start adding in-betweens. I know it looks funny, but that's how it should look at this point. I'm thinking I didn't add rotation from the pelvis here, which I would like to have. So let's copy the rotation of the spine here that I got and paste it to the very last frame. So we have the first frame and the last frame should be identical. because it's a loop, and paste it flipped on frame 12, like that. Yeah, that's better. And before we proceed, I would like to add the floor to the scene so we can be sure that the feet don't go lower than they have to or higher than they have to. But oh, actually we have a floor. Yes, let's just unhide it here. The next pose we need to add is an in-between pose between the contacts. So we will go to frame 6, which is exactly in the middle between 0 and 12 here. And at this stage, we need to raise the pelvis a little bit and raise the leg that is going forward from behind. I can rotate it a little bit. We have a slight problem of skinning here that I'm only noticing here. We'll fix that later. We don't really care about that right now. We can do the animation without fixing that. So raising the leg a little bit, and you can see it's already creating this stepping motion. And right before the foot goes down, we can rotate it a little bit and move it forward. So once again, we emphasize the step. Yeah, we get that step from one foot. Now let's see what we want to do here. Want the foot to make full contact with the ground here. The same here. Just make sure that the foot is parallel to the ground. Like that. And that is exactly why I wanted to have a floor or ground plane so I can judge uh, how lower high the foot needs to be. Okay, we have the first step. Let's look at it even more, maybe find something that we could fine tune, but and let's not forget to add vertical motion to the pelvis. Pelvis hits its highest point right before the foot hits the floor, and its lowest point right after. So it's usually like 2 frames before and 2 frames